Claude Monet was born on November 14th, 1840, in Paris, but he grew up in the port city of Le Havre in Normandy, where the constant movement of water, shifting clouds, misty mornings, and glittering sunsets shaped his earliest sense of beauty and became the foundation of his artistic vision. His father wanted him to join the family shipping business, but Monet was rebellious, independent, and uninterested in traditional expectations. Instead, he filled school books with caricatures of teachers and townspeople, eventually selling his drawings and gaining a reputation as a talented teenager. Everything changed when Monet met the landscape painter Eugène Boudin, who insisted that the young artist leave the studio and paint outdoors on plain air so he could study real sunlight, reflections, wind, and atmosphere as they truly appeared. Monet later said Boudin's guidance completed the education of my eye, teaching him to observe the subtle vibration of light on water, the softness of morning haze, and the way colors shift depending on time and weather. After his mother died when he was 16, Monet moved to Paris, where he resisted strict academic training and instead pursued friendships with fellow young artists such as Frédéric Bazille, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and Alfred Sisley, all of whom shared his dream of capturing nature with immediacy rather than polished, idealized technique. Early in his career, Monet faced relentless poverty. He struggled to pay rent, often pawned belongings for paint supplies, and depended on friends for help. Yet he pushed forward, dedicating himself to capturing the fleeting beauty of natural light. During the Franco-Prussian War of 1870, Monet fled to London, where he studied the atmospheric works of J.M.W. Turner and deepened his understanding of fog, shadow, and diffuse light. Returning to France, he settled in Argenteuil, where he painted bright, joyful scenes of rivers, sailboats, gardens, and summer afternoons that later became foundational works of Impressionism. In 1874, after countless rejections from the official salon, Monet and his circle organized an independent exhibition. One critic mocked Monet's painting, Impression Sunrise, saying the work looked unfinished and was merely an impression. But the insult inadvertently named the Impressionist movement and helped define a revolutionary new era of art. Despite this breakthrough, Monet's personal life remained difficult. His partner and later wife, Camille, suffered severe health problems, and their financial situation was often desperate. When Camille died in 1879 at a young age, Monet was devastated, and his palette briefly grew darker as he struggled with grief. In the 1880s, Monet traveled widely across France, painting snowy fields, rough seas, white chalk cliffs, Mediterranean coastlines, and glowing gardens, each time exploring how a landscape transforms when sunlight shifts or seasons change. His technique matured into rapid layered strokes that suggested motion rather than detail, emphasizing how nature is always alive and never still. In 1883, he settled in Giverny, a small village where he would remain for the rest of his life. There, he created a meticulously designed garden complete with rose tunnels, willow trees, thousands of flowers, and most famously, a water lily pond that he engineered by redirecting a local river. This garden became his obsession and primary subject for decades. Monet pioneered the idea of painting series, multiple canvases of the same subject under different conditions, producing his famous Haystacks, Poplar Trees, and Rouen Cathedral series, each capturing dramatic variations of light, color, and mood. In his later years, Monet battled cataracts, which blurred his vision and altered the colors he perceived. Blues appeared muted, reds more intense, and details less sharp, leading him at times to scrape and destroy canvases in frustration. Yet, despite diminishing eyesight, he continued painting with remarkable determination, often working on enormous water-lily panels that spanned entire walls and retreated into dreamlike abstraction. These massive works were eventually installed in the Orangerie Museum in Paris as immersive panoramic rooms intended to offer visitors a peaceful refuge after the trauma of World War I. Monet considered these panels his greatest achievement, calling them his grand decoration, a final gift to France. He died on December 5, 1926, at age 86, by which time he had revolutionized the way artists understand light, perception, and the emotional experience of landscape. Today, Monet is recognized as the founder of Impressionism and one of the most influential painters in history, a man whose lifelong devotion to observing nature taught the world to see poetry in the everyday glow of sunrise, the shimmer of water, and the subtle transitions of the living world.